Paria did it. Lost. Emilia sprawled onto a thick tree branch, letting the summer sun warm her and the gentle breeze caress her black fur. Her tail swished back and forth as people passed below her, traveling in and out of the dormitories. She watched the Norcana students. Usually, she wouldn't come to either college since those were Cecilia's patrolling responsibilities. A sentinel's presence lowered the risk of any arcane disruptions to the Norcana way of life. Stupid, since there were more of them and mystics than Arcana. Bennett would be returning from whatever gym regime his roommate, Chet, had coerced him into, and it was Cecilia's turn to watch over him. It was easier to switch off when she was already patrolling the school grounds. Cecilia would switch off when it was convenient. Bennett begrudgingly went to football practices and the gym with his roommate. Chet was also very suspicious, but he wasn't her concern since the only thing strange was his behavior toward her sister. It was weird to be stalking him, but she needed to know if he was any threat to her or her family. That, and she was curious if he knew he had magic. For a week now, she sat here watching the students come and go while she waited. They had simple lives, and it made her feel lonesome. To her, Norcana struggles were so much more comparable to other Norcana. They bonded over trivial things and made lifelong friendships. As a sentinel, not even a simple Arcana, it was hard to create trusting bonds without a blood oath. Sentinels were untrusting on the best of terms, but to have undying faith in someone needed proof. Blood oaths were a sign of trust, a document from both parties to create an allegiance, whether for love or friendship. A wedding was the most common way to sign a blood oath. The thought of pricking her thumb and pressing it on the certification to be with someone, anyone, was stupid. Emilia thought that she wouldn't need one, that the person she fell in love with would love her unconditionally. She thought that he would love her so much that he would break heaven and crawl through hell to love her. That was a different Emilia, though, a naive and young, impressionable Emilia. She knew better now. Romantic love like that didn't exist, because she would break heaven and crawl through hell for her family. Fides paret fortis familia. Loyalty breeds a strong family. That was what she knew, even though she had taken her oaths to the three. It was low on the loyalty list. The council did not show empathy toward her when her father was brutally murdered by screechers. They didn't even bat an eye when her mother disappeared. If Bennett was sent by the council, it only meant trouble. They would question her again about the incidents, trying to find blame and using her sister as a scapegoat for the murders that were happening, or for whatever political push they needed to keep order. It would be so easy since she and the rest of her siblings were the spawn of an exile. Her grandmother, Mariangela, was graced by the council for devious deeds she had committed in her youth. Instead of exiling her from the prestigious seat and family name, she was sent to the New World in North America, which really wasn't much of a punishment, but it kept her on a leash. It was a fine line of obeying and hiding, and so far, the Cervantes family had been under the radar. Of course, good things rarely last long. Their mostly quiet life in Purple City was disrupted by Daniel, the Angel of Judgment. It wasn't until he showed up that her mother left, then soon her father died and her brother disappeared. Revenge wasn't on her to-do list, but she wouldn't be opposed to checking it off someone else's. Daniel had wronged her. He pretended to care and love her, only to throw her away, using her to get to Valencio. They had met multiple times, and Valencio was never happy to see him. Her brother urged her to stay away from Daniel, but she was so blinded by her need to feel loved, wanted, and touched that Daniel broke her. He knew which buttons to push to get what he wanted, so when he told her about where her mother was hiding, she went. She went and she took her father and brother with her, leading them to a trap.